Welcome back to CALMSDEN Farm on Farming Simulator 22, episode 7, with me, MrSealyp. Where am I since last we met? Well, I'm still here on CALMSDEN, obviously, after the chicken fiasco. We've got all our chickens are going fine. What I have done is I have moved the 2 full wool pallets we had, and I've put them in here. I have topped off the water. Something that happened as part of the update to the map is that Oxygendavid said in the changelog they had increased the capacity of the troughs. So when I came on and I said, oh blimey, I said the sheep need another bale, I'm pretty sure one bale filled it before. Because the capacities have changed, it takes way more to fill it up now for the amount of sheep I've got. So I've almost filled up the water. As far as it says grass, but I put hay bales in. I only had 3 9,000 litre bales and I've used them all. So I managed to find something to cut a bit of grass to feed them as well. But anyway, they're done. Chickens are sorted. Water's in. Fertilising contract on field 1 is done and completed, as you've probably already seen. So now it's time for the grain drain. We are going to take the trailer. We're going to take barley from our silo here. We're going to head over towards the garden centre. We're going to sort out building our grain mill, our bakery. We're going to get flour production underway. Like I say, I don't know. Am I going to do it? I think we'll start off and we'll do... Yeah, we'll deliver directly to the bakery for bread, because all we'll have is flour. Barley, we have got loads of. Let's do a full trailer load. Yeah, we'll get those both built. Hopefully we'll get them right next to each other. What I'll do is use the build mode triangle button so we can adjust everything as close as we can get it. 29,500 will do to start off with. We can always take more over. That's not a problem. And then obviously our production chains for all the other components for making cakes we're working on. Obviously we haven't got a dairy yet. There's no point with the dairy yet because we haven't got milk yet, because we haven't got cows yet, because our silage hasn't fermented yet, so we don't have all the constituent parts for total mix ration. I could buy total mix ration, of course I could, but I thought we'd go down this route. The debris crusher, we'll get back to the quarry. I know a couple of people mentioned it, said that I had mentioned a quarry on the map. And I did say at the time that there won't be on your map. I put it in. It's one I kind of pre Let's Play start. I did a few tweaks here and there. That's why I was worried about an update, because I thought if the map needed a new save game, oh, it took me hours. I mean, a long time to prep it all and set that up. So yeah, we'll get onto the quarry at some point too. And then hopefully once we've got this underway, which shouldn't take too long at all to get it all in and to get it set up, we'll get over to the sugar beet. We'll put in a sugar mill, hopefully at the biogas plant. So we'll drive over there, we'll have a look and see if it will work. I can do some forestry here. I said about doing a sawmill and carpentry, because I wouldn't mind doing some more of that again. I enjoyed that in Elm Creek. And we're getting a load more done. Quite a few of these harvest contracts sort of just came and went. I didn't get them come up as options to do. They just disappeared. Actually, what I will do is double check my contracts. Ploughing. Which one's field 21? It's not going to require any resources, is it? Oh, the one I'm right next to. Oh, you know what? We might as well take it on. We've got the plough, assuming it will. Oh, sowing. Field 18. Is that the field we took sugar beet out of? God, that's a big old field. Could do though, couldn't we? I am contract obsessed. I know. I think it was Big Papa C that said it a while back on Stone Valley when I was doing all. I do get into that when I get started. I can't stop. Now, it seemed flattest at this end, but I didn't really want to... I've got to work out the best location. Then we'll do a bit of landscaping. We might put some hedges in, we might put some trackways, some fences. I haven't really decided. I mean, this seems very flat, so I guess we'll just crack on. Build mode, production. Let's go across. That's the bakery we could have next to it. But I think that's very Germanic, that one. Unfortunately, we're at that point where we haven't got a lot of modded ones of these. So we've got the ones either from Elm Creek or from Obelerong or Erlengrat. So they're kind of generic, really. There's only the one grain mill, isn't there? Just double check that. I'm sure there's only one grain mill. Yeah. So again, that's a very American, but we haven't really got much of a choice, in all honesty. So that's the one we want. Collides with player. Just trying to get it on as cheaply as possible. That's not. That's more expensive. We're on a bit of a slope. Let's go. Oh, hang on. Can we get it cheaper than that? We'll take that. Boom. Right. Our grain mill is in. We can maybe name them at some point. So, next up then, we want to go bakery. And I'm thinking that one there. And I'm just thinking, do we have it this side or the other side? Or do we swing it around completely? Can't have it like that, can we? I'm just worried about the... I don't know actually whether or not I prefer... Sorry, I should have made this decision before, shouldn't I? Let's be honest. I think that might be more in keeping, but I don't rightly know. Do I go at a jaunty angle? So this is 50 grand. Can put it that side. So I could do press triangle and put it. Would I bring it forward a little bit? I don't want it too close to the greenhouses though, I suppose. That's as far back as we can go. Okay. Our bakery right next door. Built on. Grain mill in. Money is plummeting. Really, really plummeting. Okay, so what we need to do is... So that's going to be barley flour. And we want our flour to be distributing. I hope that's going to go where it should be going. We'll put on distributing. We'll come to this one. That's going to be making bread. And we'll be storing. Okay, we'll put that on. It's running, but we don't have any products yet. All we can do is put some in and see what happens. It will be ridiculous if I'm getting pallets appearing that I then have to move right next door. But if that's the case, that's the case. Let's check it out. So barley flour running, distributing. So barley flour it's producing, it's only when it gets to a full pallet that it distributes it. It doesn't distribute it as it goes, does it? Does it? Help me! I'm sure it is. We'll leave that chugging. Yeah, we definitely need we need a trackway in from here to the front. Bit of concrete around the front, maybe some hedging or fencing. Hedging might be quite nice. Couple of trees round it. What do we reckon? I think we'll do that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get some more barley. Do a couple of runs back. We'll get a bit of landscaping done while I'm doing that. So hopefully we'll get the landscapers in. Becoming quite a productive little corner of the world here, isn't it? This is the third load of barley I'm bringing over. By now the landscaping should be done, and I'm pretty sure, yep, ploughing here on field 21 is underway. I've also taken another cultivating contract on field 5. So what we'll do is we'll switch the plough out for the cultivator. There we go. In a bit. So, let's go and have a look. Oh, hang on, I just realised what I've done. I think I've left all of the markers on. Oh, there we go. It's looking rather nice now. Couple of trees. Oh, we've got gates too. Brilliant thing as well. I think I might buy a forklift. I was thinking about whether or not. My thought process was, if I can deliver the stuff from the grain mill directly to the bakery, which makes more sense if they're a long way away from each other. If they're right next to each other, it makes more sense to actually have it on pallets. That's very nice, isn't it? Because I could just get a forklift and I can just take them from one to the next. A bit of hedge work. I like it. Fits in. What we'll hopefully do is we swing around that way. Put the next load in. And what we'll do is we'll give it a check. So our barley flour, we've got 78,000 litres in there at the moment. I could bring the rest over. It's still saying distributing, but obviously, yeah, I'm pretty sure until it reaches what it needs to. Although, I should have done the wheat. I didn't even look at the cycles per month. Cycles per month for wheat, 3,600. With 5 to 4, the wheat barley, 600 cycles per month. I'm going to get far less. Oh no, what a mistake. Right, so my last load, I think what we'll do, I'm glad I looked at that. So what we'll do is the last lot of barley we got in storage, let's have a quick check. 33,000 litres. I'm going to keep that for, we'll keep that for chicken feed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and grab a load of wheat from the other silo over by the cows. We'll bring that over, or I'll do it off screen, yeah, because it's going to take a little while. We'll go backwards and forwards. I can go right, oh no, that's going to be a problem with the gates there. Have I got the turning room to get round onto that little bridge? Not really. Oh, did I just make it? I mean, squeaked on. What we'll do, we'll head over while I'm getting the load done of that. We'll whiz over to the biogas plant and let's see about putting in, whether or not we can put in, of course, the sugar mill. I also think I need to put in a sell point. A few people have messaged me to say on here there's no sell point for things like tomatoes and stuff like that. We need to check that. Let's go down and have a look. Where are we? Mind you know that's been changed. I'm sure part of the update was for that, wasn't it? Yeah, the sell points now. Strawberries, tomatoes, lettuce, grape juice, raisins. All prices of raisins is all plummeting. Yeah, it looks like we have. Where's the other one I wanted to check? It might be further down actually. The lime one had me puzzled because the lime one was saying, yeah, 2,863. That's quite low. I'm sure I wasn't being paid, and I'm not even convinced I got a 1-to-4 ratio, which I should do. 1,000 in gives you 4,000 out. So what I might well do is just go and grab a bucket load of stones from the gravel pit and check to see if it is doing the ratio properly. Because I don't know, maybe I just didn't get as much money as I hoped. Not as I thought, as I hoped. It's probably more correct. Right, so I'm going to go and grab a load of wheat. Once I get over there to do the wheat, we'll whiz over to the biogas plant. Let's check out getting that done. Hopefully before the end of the episode, what I'll get is some of the sugar beet chopped, and we'll get some sugar beet put in. I wasn't going to do it all in one go, but you know what? The other thing I think I noticed as I drove past here earlier, or the other day, was I've left the gate open. And I had, look, we don't want vagabonds and things. Don't want fly tipping, people dumping rubbish. That would be bad. Right. Oh, that's such a schoolboy error. Why did I not check? The stupid thing was that I kind of in my head thought, you know, I think wheat is the better option for the grain mill, but I've got more barley than I've got wheat. That was kind of my way of thinking. And when I was looking at it earlier, it didn't even cross my mind the cycles. We're going to get far more if we do wheat. We should have enough chicken feed, I think, moving forward. I didn't plant any wheat or barley, did I? We'll have to see if any contracts come up. Right, let's take that on. So while that's loading, let's whiz on over, shall we, to the biogas plant. Like I said, because this is owned in New Farmer from the start, I mean, it's going to require a bit of room, isn't it? So where are we going to be able to put it? I'm not sure. Let's have a look. So we want factories, and we want sugar mill. 80 grand. Is that the only one? Sure, there's only one, isn't there? Yeah. Oh, it's not as big as I thought. What do we need to have available to us? We swing it around that way and put it kind of there. We can drive round it, can't we? And that was almost perfectly straight, and I've just ruined it, haven't I? It's going to cost me exactly what it says it is for the sugar mill. 80 grand. You know what? Let's do it. Sugar beet, chopped sugar beet, or sugar cane. So do I need to chop the sugar beet? I'm sure somebody told me that the most efficient is chopped sugar beet. So what we'll do, let's have a check, shall we? Let's go down to our processes. So we've now got grain mill, we've now got a bakery, we've now got sugar beet. Let's have a look at cycles. So sugar beet, sugar, 12,000 cycles per month. Sugar beet cut, sugar, 4,800 cycles a month. Sugar cane sugar, 12,000. I'm better off just doing sugar beet. I was going to spend ages chopping it all, but I don't need to. It's less per month production cost, but it's doing less cycles per month. So 2 sugar beet in gives me a sugar. I don't know what. 5 to 3 for the sugar beet cut. 2 to. Do I get more out of doing that way? Oh, I don't know what to do now. I think we'll go by trailer. We'll stick a couple of loads of just sugar beet in. We'll get that process in. I might do a bit of both. We'll do some cut and some not. Why not? What's the worst that could happen, eh? I need to keep an eye on the cotton situation for pricing. Oh, the other thing I was going to check as well, sorry, I'm in and out of these menus left, right and centre, aren't I? Was contracts. Yeah, I've got no more harvest contracts now because we're into late October. I'm still tempted by that sowing contract. It's a fairly big seeder, so... Or we could use our own one. Oh no, our own one's not a planter, is it? It's a seeder. Right, let's get this over. I'll do a couple of runs of wheat. Then let's get over and sort out our sugar beet. Which way shall I go? Oh, I'll go back the way I came. It's not really a shortcut, isn't it? So, 3 factories put in so far. We've got some more money. What other factory can I put? I don't need another one just yet. We are going to need the dairy, but not until we've got the cows. What else do I need for making cakes? We've got eggs underway. We'll have our sugar. We'll have our strawberries. Butter comes from the dairy as well, doesn't it? This is whether or not I want to do carpentry, which I probably do. So I don't actually need the sawmill. I can just deliver wood directly to the carpentry, so we might do a bit of carpentry as well, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Oh, while I'm doing this, I've been asked to remind people I'm terrible at this. I'm awful at it, aren't I? If you're interested in joining my Discord server, there's a link in the description. The guys that set up the Discord server and that run it, I mean pretty much run it all the time, Gogol Pop, Jaden, MNIH, and all the guys that are on there as my moderators and admins, and they're a phenomenal bunch over on there. Hydra and Oregon Trees, and I'm going to forget people's names. I'm not going to start listing them all because I'm going to make a mistake and I'm going to forget someone, and I don't want to offend anybody. But they're a really friendly bunch over on there. They get on there a lot, they chat, they help each other out, and so if you're interested in joining a friendly and helpful Discord server, it is available. We've just got above 900 people on the server. I think last I checked we were on 911, and we're aiming for 1,000 is the next stop. 1,000 people on the Discord server. That would be absolutely amazing. Could probably do with a bigger bridge here. You know what I will do? Is let's back it in the whole way. I thought the gates might open the other way. It's my own fault. I could have put them in the other way, couldn't I? I didn't. Right, let's get that in. And from our handy app on our phone, where we can control all of our stuff, we need to get our wheat flour in the way now as well. Activate. Let's see how we go. Right, see you in a bit. I'm going to get some more, and then we'll whiz over and let's get some sugar beet delivered. And I still might, before the end of the episode, we'll get the equipment we need to do the chopping of the sugar beet, and we'll do a bit of chopped too. Oh, that's so close. Right, we're heading down to my secret silo at All Spheres that I put in. If you didn't watch the last episode, where I was doing sugar beet harvesting and the cotton bales, I put an extra silo in to put the surplus sugar beet in from the sugar beet harvest. We end up with 448,000 litres. It was a lot. You'd also be pleased to know that the delivery of flour to the bakery is working. Telehandler's already down here with the equipment I need for doing chopped sugar beet. I'm going to do some of each, just because, why not? Always look to these to see, can I do that? I'm going to hit the stuff, aren't I? I've left the bucket out. Doing it with just mirrors is, yeah, in real life, far easier. So, I'm going to load some sugar beet up, and I'll show you what I was talking about as well. If we go into here, so our wheat flour and our barley flour is saying 203 and distributing, however you want to say it. If I go down to my bakery, if you look at the top, it says flour 392, so it's already transferred some over. I haven't set my bakery to produce anything yet. They're both inactive. We do have flour there, so technically I could only do bread at the moment anyway, because that's all it requires. But I'm going to build up a load of flour first before I even set that off and running. Now, if we go to our produce and we go back up until we get to our sugar beet, right, 441,501. Sugar beet cut 6,843 because I just wanted to test the setup to make sure it worked. And again, big shout out to Bear and Pepper. I will show you this while we're here. So that is the sugar beet chopper. That comes under front loader tools, the Flegel Ruby 2000. What we've got here is an adapter. The adapter is part of the Quick HDV 240. This is by Maxter. And it's a telehandler adapter which changes telehandler to front loader tools. Now why is that important for doing this? When you fill this up with 2,000 litres of sugar beet, it's heavy. And if you do it with a tractor and a front loader, which you absolutely can, you need a fairly sturdy weight on the back to stop the whole thing tipping up. With a telehandler, there's a lot of weight over the back axle anyway, because it's a telehandler, it's designed to do that. So for doing a job like this, it works really well, and you've got the extendable boom and all that kind of thing. It works better. So like I say, Bear and Papa tipped me the wink on that. And again, it's these things that all the different mods come out, and there's adapters, and there's packs, and there's front loader tools, and all these things, and little bits slip your mind. You kind of get into a routine or a habit of, right, I'm going to use this, therefore I need to use that. So thank you very much for the heads up. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is put sugar beet into our trailer. We're going to take that round and we're going to get our sugar production underway. I'm going to do a few loads of this, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a load of chopped sugar beet. And the great thing is, because the silo will take sugar beet and chopped sugar beet, I can put the chopper under the pipe. We can get it to come out, chop, and go straight back into the silo to store. Or we could chop and put it into a trailer. Either way around, it doesn't really matter. We'll do it probably into the silo and then we can go from there. So 29,500 litres. We're going to need a bigger trailer at some point as well. Oh, that reminds me. Contracts. No, we were on the right page. There we go. Let's go down to... There we are. So the contracts on field 9 and field 21, the cultivating and ploughing are both done. So we can collect on that. That one is active at the moment on field 5. So we'll collect on that in a bit. Let's get this round. Like I said in the previous episode, I'm really pleased. I've done a lot of hours off camera to get a lot of contracts done. Because the contracts pay out quite well, we've managed to get our money up fairly quickly. When I say fairly quickly, like I say, it's not a cheat thing. I've put the hours in. They've just been off camera, a lot of them. And when I put up a contract or a screenshot that's got 5 or 6 contracts on, and each one of those pays out 20 grand, it's well worth doing. And it has been a lot of extra work, but in my mind it's well worth it, because we're 6 episodes in, and we're already at a point now where we've got 3 factories, the 3rd one about to be underway. And the good thing about the land that we started with on New Farmer, I haven't had to buy any of, the land that's here is for that. You can buy it and plough it out if you want to, but it's designed for placeables. But to get enough money to buy that land before you even start putting any placeables on is quite pricey. Unless, of course, in your preparation for your Let's Play and your setup, you decide, well, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy one of those plots in the setup. So when I start, I already own it. That's another way you can do it. You can go down that route. Of course you can. Whoa, that was heavy. Should have slowed down for the bend. A little bit naughty, but you know. We'll go all the way around to the other end. It's a bit of a drive. I'll do one load and then the next couple I'll do off camera. What I might do actually when we get back, I'll get this underway first, then we'll come back. I'll do a couple of loads off camera and then then we'll do some chopped sugar beet. That's probably, I'm just trying to think now, the things I want to be getting done. And that's a good step forward. You know, my plan really in this episode was to get the grain mill and the bakery up and running, but actually placing them and stuff was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Having multiple processes running to give you one output works really well as well, so why not? Where do I put into the Glenwood sugar mill? I'm going to need at least to start off with. Let's get that open. So pallets are going to come out the back. We tip into the front. Where's that taken? There we go. Sugar beet in. Have I blocked our... Oh, there it is upstairs. Now I can, like I said, I can do it from my app, or we can go up directly to it, however you want to go about it. So, sugar beet sugar. We get that active. Sugar's going to be on storing because I want the pallets to come out. I'm not sending it anywhere. I mean, I want some pallets. I'll deliver some pallets. I'll start off having it storing so the pallets are produced. I may well then switch that to delivering, and that should deliver to the bakery. I'm sure it's only the bakery that takes as part of the production chains. Oh, that's noisy. So that's running with regular sugar beet. A few more loads. I've got plenty. It's not like I'm going to run out. Actually, that's worked out really well here. We're building a right little setup. I could still put a small silage clamp in here as well if I wanted to. I think if we're going to do carpentry, I might put the carpentry elsewhere. Haven't really decided, but I might do. So what time is it? 12:35. I'll do a few runs of this, and we'll get a load more sugar beet in, and then we'll chop some, and we'll do a few runs of that. I know every time I say this, it's probably going to be a slightly shorter episode. And then it's not, even close to being a shorter episode. I think the last three have all been over 50 minutes. Which some people love, some people don't. I can't do a lot about it if you don't like it. It's just what I do. It's just what I do. Go slow down a little bit this time. Oh, actually, you know what I should have done as well, which I haven't done since I put them in, was check on our chickens. It's a bit worrying that our standard in-game pasture productivity is only at 30% at the moment. I've got no eggs at all. The other two, I mean, all right, there's only 98 chickens in there, but I should still be getting production. 15, I mean, it's not a huge amount, but we are producing. We're only 40%. That's weird. I thought, how long have we been going for? Shouldn't we be higher on the reproduction rate? Oh no, it's per month, isn't it? And we're doing 2-day months. Ignore me. I'm off to get a sound beating. It's getting on for 2 o'clock. Better get a move on. I've delivered 4 loads. Let's get the telehandler up and running. Adapter. Front loader. Now what we need to do, I'm going to do it all into the silo to start off with. The good thing is mean, it's not automatic per se. We have to do a bit of work. How's everything going? Sugar beet in, sugar out. 323 litres already. Flour to the bakery, set at 980 litres, and then there's 497 outgoing. 499, that's brilliant. That's all going perfectly. And then contract, we are 98% complete on the cultivating contract. Like I say, I might still do the sowing one, haven't really decided. But what I do need to do is put that, not that, that on. Right, so that's saying start filling. We don't have to build up there at all. Let's put lights on so we can see a bit better. Does that really help? I suppose so. So what we'll do, we'll start filling sugar beet to there. Now we need to turn this on. So turn it on, and then we can just keep pressing start filling as it empties out. So we're doing the chopped sugar beet underneath. Press it again, fills up. Sugar beet in, chopped out, start filling, and we just keep going. You notice how the whole thing dips down. 2,000 litres of sugar beet is heavy. And if you don't, like I say, with the telehandler it works perfectly, works really, really well, without needing heavy weights and stuff. And also, if I've got the telehandler anyway, it leaves my tractors free to do other work I need to. And before you know it, I know I've got to sit here and I have to keep pressing L3. I might get repetitive strain injury on my left thumb, but I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll survive. People have gone through a lot worse, so you know. Yeah. So I'll keep chugging away doing this. Like I said, I did 4 loads of sugar beets, so I think we had about 120,000 litres thereabouts have gone in, if not more, and it's all processing very happily. So everything is going swimmingly. Contract and field 5 is complete. And when you think how quickly it's getting through 2,000 litres, before you know it, we'll have loads, absolutely loads. Don't want that to stop. I will say a huge thank you. This is a bit of a shout out actually. This is to Chris. Chris sent me a message a while back actually, and he's an ex-veteran and he's a pro fisherman now, and his company make like bait and things like that. A fishing lure company called Skirmish Baits, and one of the lures they do is like a fish with the hook and stuff in it, but the green on it is MrSealyp green, and he messaged me to say that it's MrSealyp green, it looks great, would it be possible if I could send you one? So, you know, absolutely. And in talking to Chris, he said he's going to send the thing off, and he's got, honestly, I'm kind of a bit blown away talking to him. The guy's a war hero, you know. Let's not say any other guys out there aren't, you know, that have served their country and done all sorts of amazing stuff. And it's his, well, not it's the medal. It's like, no, like the they're called conflict coins, however you refer to them. It's the veteran of the Operation Iraqi Freedom badge, I suppose, if you want to call it that. When I messaged him to say, look, that's important, you really shouldn't send it to me, they sent me a picture as well of his, from the Department of the Army Commendation Medal with Valour, I think it is. Glorious action while conducting security patrol on 19th of June 2003 in Samarra, Iraq. Sergeant Turner's calm actions under fire resulted in defeat of an enemy ambush without injury to US forces or damage to equipment. His actions reflect great credit upon himself, 1st Battalion 66th Armour and the United States Army. I like to say, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. And then when he sent me the message to say about it, and he said It brought him good luck. He was shot twice and survived. It was in his pocket. He was blown out of his Humvee. That was in his pocket. And I know it's just kind of, this is an absolute side note. While I'm doing this, I thought I would talk about something. I kind of feel incredibly humbled and honoured, and just, you know, so for him and anyone out there who has served, is serving, whether it be US forces, British forces, I mean, generally speaking, I mean, this is a generalisation. I know in the US it's a big thing, thank you for your service, you know, when you see guys in uniform, wherever it is, or, you know, you find out a person's a veteran, but in the UK we don't tend to say it as much. I try to as much as possible when I find out people have served, and, you know, I've said this before, quite a few of my friends have served, are serving in various different forces, doing various different things, and it's important, I think. I know not everyone believes in the war and that kind of thing, I don't want to get political about it, regardless of how your feelings of that in general are, but people that stand up and say, oh, where's that stopped? You know, we'll keep you safe, we'll do what's necessary. That's weird. I think that's astounding, I really do. Turn that on. That's weird, I wonder why I did that. And I think we should say it more. And I've been following on YouTube, I follow Black Rifle Coffee Company, it's also an American company. If you're interested and like your coffee, I've ordered a load of stuff from them that's been shipped overseas to the UK. My wife got me some stuff as well. I've got a whole load of different coffees from them. They are veteran owned, veteran run, they employ veterans. I think it's probably because it's on my mind, I suppose, but it's yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. So what we'll do, I think we'll probably stop in just a second because I need to check and see how much I've made, because we do seem to be honking through this rather quickly. Right, we'll let that one run out. While that's running out, let's check our totals of sugar beet cut. 92,000. Oh, we could do a bit more, couldn't we? But I think 92,000 is a good place to start. So what we'll do is move that out of the way. As you can see, it's not going to take too long to get, you know, a few 100,000 litres. In just that time that I was talking, we've got nearly 100,000 litres. So I'll take a couple of loads of that up. We'll get that chugging away as well. Contract was complete, wasn't it? We need to go to there. Collect on that. What do I do? What do I do? If I use their equipment, drops it by just over 4 grand, which means I still earn over 30. If I spend a few grand, what is it they want me to put into the ground? Sugar beet. Let's do it. Why not? Borrow items, that's active. I know, I don't want something out of me. Contract mad. We need to earn that money. If we're going to get more production chains up and running, we're going to get more equipment, larger equipment, whatever we're going to end up doing. We need money because we're going to have to buy cows. Sugar beet cut, let's go. Yeah, we're going to need money for our cows, so let's turn that off. Get this up and delivered. And that will speed up the process of our sugar production very nicely. This one's only 2. Yeah, so yeah, cows will be next. I'm hoping by the time we get into November, our silage clamp will be fermented. It's about 45%, maybe it's a little bit over now, maybe knocking on 50%. So hopefully by the start of November we'll be almost fully complete on that. We can get our cows in, because I can then start making total mixed rations. So I need money as well, because I'm going to need to buy a mixer, feed mixer. I'm going to go for the big one, that 45,000 litre one, I think, and we'll mix up a load of total mixed ration and get that going. I'm also going to need to either buy another grass field or hopefully find some grass somewhere, or the grass will grow quicker. Might have to buy a field. I might even might flip a field, but don't tell anybody, because I'm almost out of feed for the sheep, and I might as well give them grass, because it keeps coming up on the thing as grass, and I'm wasting precious hay. I could buy bales in, I know I could do that, but I've got my mowers. It just makes more sense. I'll just cut a load of grass, and we can keep up with feeding our sheep, because I'm just trying to think, another couple of months and they will reproduce, so we'll double our herd of sheep, our flock of sheep. So they're going to need as much grass as they can get their hands on, especially going through the winter months. Is it wrong that I'm really excited about all of this? That the production change thing's working, you know, that whole, you know, I did a little bit of it, I've done a little bit of it, this is the most I've done of it. But that initial concept, way back when Giants announced production chains and we got all the information, I did the videos on production chains, then the game came out and I did a few videos on production chains, but that kind of having a few up and running with all the various different things and stuff being produced and delivered to other locations, and it's brilliant. I'm grinning like an idiot, can you tell? I know it's sad and cheesy, but I don't care. If it makes you happy, what does it matter? Right, let's go up to there. Sugar beet cut. We have now got some going in. Let's activate that. Have a look at the bakery now. 1,569 litres of flour. So if we start producing bread, we are not quite there for a full load yet, because it's 2 lots of flour for 1 bread according to the recipe. So I would need 2,000 litres to get a 1,000 litre pallet of bread if we're going to go down that route. I think I'm just going to keep that chugging away, and we'll just let that produce as much flour as possible, and then we can choose between, well, we can do, once we've got all the ingredients, we can do bread and cakes. But I'm going to go back, I'm going to get the rest of the sugar beet cut, put that in, and we'll look at how much I've got left. I'll try and split it 50-50. I'm not going to sell any of the sugar beet, I'm going to use it all for sugar production. And what I'll do is try and balance it out, and I'll bring a load more sugar beet up and then cut a load more and then bring that up as well. I might leave the silo where it is. Once that silo's empty, I might still leave it there. It can't hurt. At the end of the day, I've got another silo somewhere else on the map. I can store things. I can store things if I want to. But that, I think, is where I'm going to leave it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.